Hi everybody, welcome back to GeneralBricky. Today we're going to be building a TIE Fighter pilot helmet from Star Wars. Now this video is going to be split into a couple of parts and we're also going to try and do a time-lapse video just because I think it's 724 pieces, which is a lot to cover for one video. So I'll break it into a couple of more digestible parts and then you can follow along. And if you don't want to listen to the commentary, you're free to follow along with the time-lapse, which is just shot on the GoPro that I have currently here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open it up off camera, just because I'm not sure of the size of the bags. I haven't actually checked inside the box yet. And then we're going to proceed with recording and building the helmet. Hi everybody, welcome to the build portion of the video. As you can see, we have quite a thick booklet here for the TIE Fighter pilot helmet. This comes with 6 bags, I believe, and each bag will obviously progress through over time. And at the end of this, we should have a nice set to stick along with my Boba Fett and Baby Yoda bust that I have, both of which are fantastic in my opinion. So if we're going to start off, we'll need a base plate, and then we will proceed with building. Now I know that some of these videos can be boring for some people, so definitely feel free to check out the time-lapse if you're not interested. I'm just warning you now, it's going to be a long few videos. So if you're not interested in listening to me talk for the entire period of time, definitely check it out on the time-lapse video. That's just on the GoPro there. And this seems to be a pretty standard way of building. It's the exact same way we sort of build the Boba Fett head, and similar to the Baby Yoda bust, but not identical, I would say. I remember doing this window technique thing. It's quite unique, actually, some of the things that they come up with to save money for these sets. Because they definitely could not afford to make these solid. If they made these solid, they would struggle. That is for sure. Now, it's a little bit stormy outside as well, so you may hear some harsh background noise. Sorry, I'm just trying to locate a better position to sit in, just because I wasn't ready for the long haul. Now, these are just nice cream pieces, so if you're looking at building like a Tatooine lock, I guess they'd be helpful for you. For me, I've got loads of them because of Harry Potter, so they're not really that useful to me. It'll just go into my TIE Fighter pilot bust. Now, I like this one over the Stormtrooper Scout and the... what's the other one? I think it's Darth Vader, actually. There's an R2 one as well that I'd love to get, but I think it's like $300, so that's like a bigger long-term goal. And this is actually the biggest piece build that I've put on the channel or that I will be putting on the channel so far. As you can see, they've already cut corners with a piece there. This is what they're really good at with these, like finding different ways to hide that they're not going to use certain pieces. So now I need to find 2 of these pieces as well, and also do the red. And they use a lot of colours that you wouldn't normally use, which is actually really good for people who need certain colour parts. Like this red 3, I'm going to say it's 3 column, like 3 high column. I've never seen that anywhere. Maybe in like a firefighter set you might see that, but again, it's very unlikely that you would see a piece like that, which is one thing I like about it. There was something I was going to talk about, actually. Oh yeah, I'd like to say I'm sorry if it feels like I'm having sort of an identity crisis with the channel, because there's some shorts content, there's some longer content, there's some mocks, there's gaming, I think for me, like, the channel, like, should be centered around Lego, like, and I'm not too concerned about what that is. So I understand if you're here to watch shorts, you don't have to hang around. Like, definitely go subscribe to some other fantastic, talented people. There's a guy at the moment who comments on a lot of my short stuff. He's doing them. He's got some fantastic stuff. If you guys need, I can link you to his channel in the comments. Just ask. Quite happy to. But yeah, like, I just sort of try a whole bunch of different stuff. Just because, like, I've got a family, and sometimes it's hard to make content or post, like, these longer style videos. Like, I can struggle to come up with the time to do them. So shorts are sort of a good way of being able to keep posting content, albeit smaller, shorter content. However, it's a way of posting some kind of content, and for me, that's important. You know, like, I like to make things for other people, whether it's, you know, your favorite video or not. You know, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy making interesting things. This is an interesting part usage here as well. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but we'll see how we go. Now we've moved on to the next base plate, and this one involves two double pieces on there, which will be a bit hard to see on the camera, but this goes on top of here like this. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. I have to line all this up. This is like what I used to do as a child. I'd make like mini prisons for like my minifigures. What weird stuff did you do to your minifigures? Like, I literally imprisoned them and like tried to make it so it was impenetrable for like the minifigure to get out. But in reality, it was just a nightmare to get things out because we didn't have these magical little things. So like, you literally couldn't break your minifigure out until like 4 hours later when you like rip down 7 layers of walls and like double layered bricks. But yeah, that's the brain of a child, or the mind of a child, I guess. Put that up there. And now I think we're moving on to the height sort of the bust, just because they're never a perfect cube. Like, you know, you picture like a Minecraft head, it's nothing like that. They're like always somewhat off height, like wise instead of width wise. I haven't seen one that's wider than it is tall yet, but please correct me if I'm wrong and there are any wider ones and there are tall ones. I think there's Carnage, Batman, Venom, the Scout, Darth Vader, TIE Fighter pilot. There's a lot of mocks actually of them, but I don't know if there's any again that are wider than they are tall. But definitely enlighten me if there are. I'm actually interested to know. Like a Commander Cody one, like a Rex one might be wider, or like the original helmet. But yeah, the width of that is definitely not wider than it is tall. Now we will continue with the strange sized parts and these strange coloured parts. It all comes together. Like, I know it looks like a mismatch now, but it really does all come together probably about bag 4. You can start to see like the edges of it starting to make sense. And like you can feel, okay, yeah, I'm actually making progress, and it's all coming together. Whereas right now it really just looks like a mess, and it's quite hard to determine like where you're actually at with the build, which is fine. Like, that's not a problem. It's just different for some people to be able to sit here. Well, I wouldn't say some people. I'd say like kids who like parents get these for thinking, okay, well they'll grow into them sort of thing, and they're not ready for these style of builds, and they're like, I just want to see progress now. Like, I had the Batmobile, this massive Batmobile. I still have it, I think. It's just bagged up somewhere. Oh, no, that flew right off there. But same issue. Like, I wasn't ready for the detail in it, and it made it quite hard for me to do. And I think it was probably like 14. Oh, no, it wasn't actually 14. That was way too old for me then. Probably like 11 now to think about it. Yeah, I definitely wasn't playing with Lego at 14 anymore. I am now again at 20-ish, but not 14. Okay, interesting part usage again there. Yeah, okay, not really sure why we've done that. Just making sure I've got all the parts that are on this. Yep, just because sometimes you can get lost when you're talking and building at the same time. I'll just finish this part and I'll pause the recording on the camera just because we have issues with that in the past. I'm just really trying to ensure that this is as smooth and transmissible as possible. There we go. And onto here, we'll put the clips in. These are very annoying, very similar to Bionicles. I see now why we've added the little clips into the side part there. It's because it's not necessary for that to be filled. Okay, so we're just going to pick up where we left off. There is a chance that it will cut out. It's pretty likely, to be honest. But we can play with it in editing form, and hopefully it's a bit smoother than some of my other transitions where it's happened and I'm like, oh no, where did it happen? And I have had to rebuild some builds in some occasions, or just make an edit and run with it. Okay, that seems to be like the weirdest looking cubby I have ever seen. Look at that. Oh, that's funny. Alright, let's keep building this up. I think we're getting towards the upper portion of the helmet where the actual head of the pilot is going to be visible. I have got the minifigure versions of these sitting bagged up at the moment, but I can absolutely get them out. Maybe for the next part of the video I'll go get it out. How does this work? Okay, am I doing a dumb? I think I'm doing a dumb. No, I'm not. So that's got to go up there, and then these two pieces go next to it. I see where I made my mistake, and then this goes on here. Just because the book's like a little bit skewed, it was hard to see, and then that clips onto the back. Yeah, this is definitely the upper portion of the helmet, so the helmet's going to stick out at some point there, and then it'll just sort of mesh together slowly as we go. Put some of these on. I actually sourced the parts for my Jabba's Palace build today. And that was actually so much fun finding some of the old parts for like the spider droid. Unfortunately, I sold my Gonk droid, but that was a sick thing to have. Like an original Gonk droid like the ones in the Complete Saga. It was so cool to have. And I'm so glad someone has it now who can like use it and look after it, because like it literally sat in a box for so many years. It makes me sad because, like, a lot of people would have loved to have a lot of the stuff that I have. And, like, I just didn't, you know, like, look after it as well as I should have compared to how some people have. And, you know, like, it's a bit frustrating that I did that. But, look, I'm better now. I feel like I'm in rehab for Lego. I'm a better person now. I've done my time. I've done the crime. And I'm a better person for it. Okay, did I put that in the right spot? Yes, I did. That continues on there. Now we get two of these and they run parallel to each other. A lot of this stuff is symmetrical work, but like the Boba Fett helmet, for example, they featured two different styled side portions and like a rear portion, just because Boba's got a visor that he can like pull down. And some different colouring to his helmet, which makes him unique. Yep, put that on there. And we'll move on to the next page. We've actually finished the first bag now, which is fantastic news that I could power through that fast. I did not believe in myself at all. And this one goes on the front here. I hope this is the front. It could actually be the back. I'm not sure. And this one will go on the other side. So it's just the same thing either side like that. Awesome. So now I think we're going to build the base, which is weird because I think we usually build the bases first, but I can't quite remember. Sorry about the crinkling. I know how loud it is. Especially into the mic. Bit of ASMR for you. Which is sickening, and I hate it, but sorry. I just had to. I can't resist. Like, sometimes I just can't resist to do something. Oh my god, I just looked at the audio track. I am so sorry for your ears. Yeah. Like, I can't help myself. I'm sorry. I'm like the person who, like, you have to warn to not do something, but does it anyway. Like, that's me as a person. You're like, don't touch that red button. And it's like, oh, you mean this red button? And I've already touched it at that point in time. So, we'll continue with the base portion of this now. I hate it when you start a new bag because you've just cleared your nice, beautiful workspace and then you lose literally all of your cleanliness. So it looks like I have to do this twice. So we'll put that there and we'll do another one. I hope it's at peace. I think it's at peace. And then that'll clip into here. Like this. Yep, that should be right. And then we'll get these four. I think this is a different style base. I don't think this is the same as the one that I did. Possibly because it's top heavy, like the helmet is heavy to one particular side. I'm sure we'll find out very shortly though. Is that grey or black? That's black. That's another thing that some Lego books confuse me with, is the black actually looks like grey sometimes, if you look at it from a certain angle. Put that up there. I was also thinking about doing a video of me finishing off my Daily Bugle set. It's pretty much complete, and it was something that I was doing sort of in my free time, but I just kind of want to finish it and like publicize it, not for any reason really other than like because I know that it adds an extra video to the channel, which makes me happy. Like, I like making videos for you guys. I have cooked it and added an extra brick when I shouldn't have. That's bad. Overcooked it. Not good. Sometimes I make assumptions about things. Yep, there you go. About things in builds, and it ends up not working for me, which is why this is a code. Okay, so we'll get two of these, and this is a standard clipper in the middle system. Technic is literally Lego genius. Like, some things that people come up with because of this stuff is insane. Like, I love Lego Masters. It's such a good show. And some of the stuff that, like, Brickman comes up with... I'm Australian, obviously, so the Australian version is the one that I religiously watched. And it's fantastic to watch. Like, in my opinion, I love a lot of the ideas that you get from the show. And I love that people are so much better than me. Oh, boy. And that I'll never be as good as some people on there. Like, it's so crazy to see. Yep, this is definitely different to the way that I remember them being, because you can see that it's got a little notch there at the front, and that is definitely different. Yep, okay, moving on. That can be clipped in here. I apologise if the audio is all over the place. I wasn't sure where to place my mic, and so sometimes it may feel like I'm walking away from the mic, but it's also because I move around. As I haven't got a desk set up for this, which is not ideal, but you got to deal with the cards you dealt with. I might get a really cheap, like, picnic table to do this on. Sounds stupid, but, you know, like, it works, so definitely looking at doing that. Where is this piece? What is wrong with me? There was definitely two of them, yeah. So where is the second one? Why am I blind? Am I blind? I'm blind. I swear I'm blind. What have I done? Is it in here? No. No. It's got to be here. It's got to be. Where is this piece? There it is. I found it. See? That's what happens. You don't pay attention. This is what happens, kids. Make sure you pay attention when you build things. Now... Okay, I have to do this twice, and I need to use some more Technic pieces. So that goes back into there and into here. And we clip those onto the ends like that. Same thing on the other side. I just need the pieces for it. There's another one. And I need another piece. Where is it? Why does this happen to me? Sorry about my poor singing attempt. I hope I didn't burst your eardrums, aside from my really unfunny jokes. And then we'll put some of these pieces where they should go. Why does it feel like this is sitting on something? It is sitting on something. Okay, I'm just going to pause the recording real quick. And I think this is potentially going to be the last part of the video before we have to open a new one, just because I feel like it's getting a bit long, which is why I sort of warned you guys. I'm doing 2 parts at once, guys. Don't hate me, please. I know it's really frustrating when I do this, but I'm getting really annoyed by this. So we're just going to do 2 parts at once. And we need this piece as well. Put that piece in here. Like that. Cool. That's that part done. No, what is that? No, it's okay, I figured it out. I thought this was like the clipping piece that goes into... Did I do this right? Oh no, that's the wrong one. That's better. The clipping piece that goes into the lever part, this part here, the lever part for that. So it's all good. I had a bit of a brain fade. This is the other part that I thought it was. That's the one that I thought. But it is these. Put that in there. And this will hold this vertical to support it. Yep, like that. And then we just do the same but normal, just because we're not worrying about that moving for the other directions. So those will go on there. Oh, I lost the part. There it is. Put that on there. Fantastic. This piece. Awesome. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I can see a shape. And when you see a shape, that is fantastic. You can run with a shape. It gives you motivation. It makes you feel like you've actually accomplished something, even though you've been building for like 35 minutes. And like it doesn't at all look like you've done anything other than procrastinate and talk to a camera. But in reality, you have. All right, let's click this in. Please go in. Oh boy. Yep, clicked in. Now that will be supported. I'm not really sure where they got the idea to fill the trunk of this with Lego Technic, but it works, and that's all that matters, really. They use a lot of the Technic pieces to support the exterior stuff nowadays, and it makes for really, really talented builders. Like, things that people can do now, a lot of people never would have dreamt of 30 years ago. I mean, they might have, actually. But in the LEGO community, like, a lot of this Technic stuff is insane. Like, if you'd been showed this, you'd be like, that's not real LEGO. What's that stuff? That stuff sucks. And then they're like, no, you can actually do cool stuff with it. And they're like, what? Okay. I'm going to mess this up for sure. Watch me put it like 1 brick wrong or something. I think this is meant to go here. Oh boy. Please line up and do what I want you to. I think we've got it on properly. I hope I've got it on properly. Yep, I think that's it. Yes, that looks right, but we've got it upside down on that build. That's totally fine. We can work with that. Let's continue and hope that I haven't messed it up and I have to rebuild the whole thing. Oh, it does happen. It really does. What did I have to rebuild the other day? The Black Panther set, that's right. I spent so long recording the video, and it turns out I'd messed up placement on something, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to record the whole thing again. Like, I feel like an idiot. I have to deconstruct this whole thing. It's embarrassing, like, considering how many Lego sets I've actually built. But, like, it happens to everyone. People have brain fades literally all the time. I get distracted by a whole assortment of things whilst building Lego. So, I mean, it is completely normal to happen. One of these and two of them. Sure. So that goes there, and then these go... What? Oh! What? That's so cool. There you go. You guys can't see this, but it's like hiding the internal pieces. So they've added like a brick underline there to cover the light grey. So I'm just going to spin this now. And it's actually very hard to see what is going on with the shadow at the moment. So I'm very sorry. But again, we're just hiding things. That's the aim of the game at the moment. Am I blind? I am blind. That's the wrong part. It needs to go here. Silly me, making assumptions. That piece goes there. All clipped in. Perfect. Now, this looks like a top portion of the head that we're going to build, or maybe even a side part now to think about it. Clip that onto there. Like that. Oh no, put it in the wrong corner. See, this is why we can't have nice things. Grab that. Yep, same thing. Cool. And then that's going to go up here. Along with a single and another double arrow piece. This one. Fantastic. And then there's that piece I mentioned earlier that I thought I was using, that I was like, how does that make any sense to be placing there? Where has that gone? Why is it that when you start to get rid of pieces, it's harder to find the ones that you need, but when you've got more of them, it's easier? I wonder if there's like a challenge, you know, for people to find Lego bricks. Like, where's Wally, but it's Lego bricks, you know? Like, find the green piece in a haystack. I mean, it would be easy. Just put your foot in there and the Lego piece would gravitate towards your foot, just like how the words are gravitating into the back of my throat and not out of my mouth. Let's continue now with these slanted pieces. They are another way of... Oh, wait, this must be the... Nah, this isn't the base. Surely not. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Nah, surely not. I thought that this might have been a side piece, but it could also be a base piece, now that I look at it. I'm not sure. I'm really confused. This is what happens, like, you see a shape, and then it's like, no, you're wrong. Especially with all the black. That's what's making it really hard to understand what part is what. Yeah, I can't tell. I literally have no idea what part of it, the build this is meant to be. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. That's supposed to be 3 pieces in, and then that has a black stud on the top. That goes in there, and again has another black stud on the top. Cool. 2 of these square pieces, making me reach nice and far away for those ones. Another one there. Yep. Unfortunately, I've left my heater on too, and I can't do a runner to go turn it off. Oh, this is killing me, man. Yep. Cool. Another piece there. So I'm just sweating myself to death. Which is, you know, like not something you want to be doing while you're building Lego, because Lego is the worst on like a 30-degree day. You're just sweating all over your instruction book. Like, I'm quite a fit guy, so like it's not like a struggle to do anything anyway, but yeah, sweat and Lego books, not good. Not good. The smell as well of like sweaty Lego, yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. Not good. I still have no idea. Maybe this is the back part of the helmet? Yeah, that's about all I can deduct from what I've got. Like, I am the worst equivalent of Sherlock Holmes. Like, Lego Sherlock Holmes would hate me. He'd be like, you can't tell this is actually the front left portion of the helmet because, like, it's got the curvature of the TIE Fighter. Like, no, like, I've seen the movies, man. I've played all the games, except for the new one, the Force Awakens one. I think that's the one that I haven't played. I know better, but I still don't pay enough attention, and I'm very sorry. For all you Lego nuts out there, I'm sorry. I apologise for you. You're not those people that I mentioned, but there are still people out there who are like that. Cool. That goes there. And I think we're on to like the final stage of this bag because there's about 10 pieces left now. Click that in there, there, there. Ooh. Stuck together. Yep. And then that bit clips into here, like this. Cool. And then that goes there. Huh. I guess that's this way? Oh boy. I don't know which way that is. Yeah, this way. And then that's going to be at the bottom. So this should line up like this. Cool. There we go. All right. We did it. I'm exhausted. And I shouldn't be. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I know this is a very short stage of the build, but it's going to be a long build. So hopefully the time lapse picks it up for you guys. But yeah, thank you for watching and all your support. You guys have been fantastic. You've been helping me through the pandemic that we have here in Melbourne. And you guys are great. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.